Hey there, Oz.
Hey, Curtis.
Hey, what movie are we watching this week?
This week we are watching the movie marriage of Batman 66
Okay.
meets The Vapors
All right.
meets NYPD Blue,
Of course.
also featuring a blisteringly accurate speech about today's political environment. This week we are watching Sgt Kabukiman N.Y.P.D.
Boy, are we. This movie, the title wouldn't have the same ring without the NYPD at the end.
No, it would not. I was back and forth between Batman 66 and Toxic Avenger. Like,
Yeah.
I need a superhero in here.
Yeah.
Do I want Troma superhero or do I want the blatant Batman ripoff that this has gone through?
I think Batman works.
So, and then there was the speech about corporate overlords and and I was like, so
There
ahead
you
of its
go.
time. Nice. Welcome back, listeners, viewers, to another week of Let's Talk About Flicks, the podcast where we take a monthly theme. It's been a 5-week month, and we're putting it to bed today.
I thought you were going to say we're putting it down.
No.
We're taking Kabukiman to the farm upstate.
Right, that's right. No, we're putting this month's theme to bed, and which means reveal the new theme at the end of the week, at the end of the episode. I'm one of your hosts, Oz.
I am the other host, Curtis.
And before we get started, we want to give a shout out to our favorite Kabuki actors, Don S., Aaron A., Mandy K., Melissa L., Colleen K., and Lyle M. Thank you, one and all, for your continued patronage.
Yeah. I think Colleen K. had some Kabuki training.
I could see it. Yeah. It was like, do I want to be a dental hygienist or I want to go to a Kabuki school?
Yeah, and she went with Kabuki school.
She did, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from a long line of Kabuki actors on that side of the family.
Long line.
Long line. Yep. When we weren't showing dairy cows, we were acting in the Kabuki theater.
Sometimes, yeah, you practiced with the dairy cows.
Yeah, well, that's why we had Holsteins. It's the black and white.
It fits.
Cow jokes.
If you got beef with it, just let us know in the comments.
Hi-yo!
Hey! So, who's in this movie? As we get to it, like we talked a bit pre-show, like this has a different feel to it than the Troma films, especially the Lloyd directed Troma films we've done thus far.
Yes, and again, we are back to a Lloyd directed film. Again, 4 of the 5 movies we've done this month were directed by Lloyd Kaufman.
To be fair, Lloyd Kaufman and Michael Hers. Like,
sure, I
don't think we've given Michael Hers any credit at all this month, and he's definitely the silent partner of the Troma universe. Like, it's like you've never seen it.
Well, Michael Hers was never in my Toyota Corolla. So
no, he was not. So Lloyd, you deserve the credit.
Yeah.
Michael, thank you for your contributions. But
yes, thank you for your patronage.
Yeah. I like to think Lloyd has like a Quato and Michael Hers is Lloyd's Quato.
He just lifts his shirt up and
there's Michael Hers.
There's Michael Hers.
Quaid.
Oh, who's in this movie? As we've got Rick Giannissi, sure, as Harry Griswold / Sergeant Kabukiman.
Yeah,
he was good in this movie.
He was very good. Yeah. I will again. Guys, got to keep in mind all of this was within Tromaverse. Like, we're not saying he's an award-winning actor, but
for a Troma performance,
for a Troma movie, he did a great job.
Yeah, and I think he got the bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We have Susan Bayon as Lotus.
Who I don't know if she got the bit, but it's okay because her character wasn't supposed to be in on anything.
Well, she brought it to this.
Movie. She did. I think she did a great job. But it was fun to watch somebody who is like leaning into the jokes, and then with her they're also just playing it straight. And
she's the straight man in the movie.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We've got Bill Whedon as Reginald Stewart,
also bringing it.
Yep, he definitely did as well. We've got Thomas Cernovich as Rembrandt.
Yeah,
some great villains in this movie.
There were.
I'm gonna jump down to the end here. We also have Brick Brodsky as Jughead. I was reading up a little bit on because Brick Brodsky does have his own Wikipedia page.
I see that.
Yes, he was trained by Stu Hart in Calgary Stampede Wrestling.
He looks the part.
Yeah, I mean, just huge.
Yeah,
dude.
he's a huge man. 6'2", 245, all of it muscle.
Yeah,
yeah.
I was reading a little bit. Like again, he. Oh God! Without getting too far into it here, he kind of did some of the circuits. The pro wrestling circuits. He and another guy lost to the Brain Busters.
Okay.
Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard.
Yeah.
And a 1989 WWF show. At one point, he was ordered to shoot on Brian Pillman, which is where like you really hit the guy.
Yeah, you do it
as like a punishment for something Pillman did.
I wouldn't want to get hit by this guy.
No, this is a big dude. Brick Brodsky, super fun performance, and it doesn't surprise me at all that this guy was in pro wrestling, just given what he brought to this character in this movie.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, especially a 1990s film. Like, and that, golden era, that, late 80s, early 90s heyday of both WCW and WWE.
Another bad guy. We got Larry Robinson as Reverend Snipes. And then we got some other characters here. We got Noble Lee Lester as Captain Bender. We got Pamela Ulster as Connie LaRosa, who Harry is pining for in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
We got Joe Fleischaker again.
Yeah, Joe Fleischaker, because it is a Troma film.
Yeah, he's there as Joseph. He's another cop, right?
Yes, and he's eating a donut in every scene.
Every scene. At minimum one donut.
Yes.
Sometimes many more than that. Anybody else worth mentioning?
No, not really.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right. So, hey, Oz. Yeah. What's up?
Yeah. Just here we go with the plot. This movie for sure has it's got a professional gloss to it.
That you don't see in other Troma films.
No, you don't.
And again, that is still with an asterisk because it is still Troma.
Yes, and reading into it, it's like I'd mentioned, like Namco from Japan had put up some money for this, and I had read that really Namco and Michael Hers were kind of working together to kind of to rein in Lloyd a little bit.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, which to give them credit, this has less Lloyd than say Toxic Avenger or Nukem High, it did, but it's still there. So movie opens with just a kabuki prophecy about the chosen one, and it eye-rollingly feels like it reads straight off like a Chinese restaurant menu.
I have exposition in all capital letters here.
Yes. So we get this prophecy. It's repeated to us ad nauseum 3, 4, 5 times throughout the movie. It's not memorable, but you know it when you hear it. It's just gibberish. It's just a bunch of the tiger and the nubile and the monkey rides the jaguar as the dragon through the. It's very like farcical in a way, but
it's what a white person thinks Eastern Asian history and mythology
exactly is. So but it's played straight by our Asian actors in the film here. So we open with this prophecy. A man enters an apartment and it's Rembrandt is who it is.
lead lackey Rembrandt.
Yeah, Rembrandt enters an apartment, sees 2 kids sitting on the floor. In a typical Lloyd film, we would have seen these children murdered.
On camera.
On camera. These kids were murdered. Cut to Kabuki, the resident Kabukiman, really.
Yes.
And his wife, in a bedroom with no clothes on.
Kabukiing,
yeah. Kabuki actor Kabukiman is murdered.
Yeah.
And the wife is thrown out the window. We
run through with a sword.
Yeah, run through with a katana.
Yeah. Not just like shot in the head. Like,
yeah. And
so grisly end.
And because it's a Troma production, we've got a balance of, as all this murder is going on upstairs, we get like 2 New York businessmen talking about this new vehicle or whatever. And you just, because there is no subtlety in these films, you know something's going to happen. Oh,
of course.
It's a great car. Cut to a woman flying out of apartment and landing on said car. You know, it is what it is. It's, again, it's cranked up to 11. It's almost played for laughs. We just watched 4 people get murdered, 2 of them children.
Yeah.
Cut to Harry Griswold on his way to a kabuki show, although he'd rather be heading to a date with Connie LaRosa.
He would. He's got the hots for Connie.
He's very smitten with Connie. He's just walking down New York Street. He's eating sauerkraut and sausage. Cut to the kabuki elder, who is, again, this prophecy's in play to where we must find the chosen one because monkeys and jaguars and stuff. So the, kabuki elder is eating worms out of a box as we see Griswold eating sauerkraut falling off his sausage.
The cut back and forth between worms in mouth and sauerkraut in mouth.
I have here, I wonder if he'll be the Kabukiman. Like, it's, again, subtlety does not exist here. So
they probably hired the boogeyman to give you the stand and eat the worms.
Sgt Kabukiman N.Y.P.D. I'd watch that movie.
I would watch the butt off that movie.
Yeah, Sgt Kabukiman. So our kabuki elder, like, Griswold's in the audience now. He's watching this. They may have said why. I don't really. It wasn't well established why he's going to this. There was just a throwaway line.
Yeah,
I think
he was assigned the case and he's looking into it. And there was
that's
something
fair.
About the
because
theater.
Because
they didn't give a lot of specifics, but
not really. But it's it was mild enough that we have Griswold in attendance.
He's there.
So the kabuki elder enters the stage. Lotus is begging him, because they have to find a new kabuki man. And she's begging him, give me the power.
Yeah.
Like, if the chosen one does not arrive, give me the power. I'm ready for it. Elder walks on stage. Everyone's cheering because, again, it's a kabuki show.
Yeah.
And also in the audience is what we find is our head bad guy, Reginald Stewart. He's our businessman.
He is. This is business baddie.
I will say this is a businessman bad guy, but it's not about real estate in this film.
I you beat me to it. This is one of the few films we've covered recently that does not involve bad guy after real estate.
Exactly. Stewart gets up and leaves the theater right before Rembrandt, dressed as a kabuki actor, opens fire on the cast. People are popping up from the floor. Like, everyone laughs because they think it's part of the show.
Yeah. The audience is like, "Oh, that's such a great part." They think it's part of the theater.
Yeah,
as people are being killed on stage.
Yeah. Rembrandt opens fire on this kabuki elder. Griswold, who is an idiot. Like, to be fair, he's a bumbling, idiotic person. He finally realizes what's going on. He jumps on stage to stop it. In the melee, he ends up falling like on the kabuki elder. Who then gives him a kiss to transfer that Kabukiman power to Griswold inadvertently. Like, I almost
with this dying breath.
Yeah, I almost put Child's Play in my movie Marriage of this passing of the soul from Brad Dourif to the doll. So transfers this Kabuki power to Griswold. The gunmen flee. And that's the end of that scene. So we've established that Griswold has got this kabuki power. Stewart meets with Reverend Snipes over money, and we really establish here that Stewart's the bad guy of the film. So and Reverend Snipes is no better.
Snipes is, he plays himself off as this, caring,
help the community, and
very involved, but he's just working for Stewart and just trying to swindle people out of their money.
Exactly. So cut back to Griswold, because again, he is our main character. He goes to work. He gets teased a lot. People pick on him. And the police have been informed they found the guy. Like, they've got the murderer at the kabuki show. But it actually, the guy they've turned in was, like, Stewart had shot a guy in the previous scene and pinned it on him. It's like, this is the murderer at the Kabuki Theater.
Yeah.
Lotus, knowing that Griswold has the power now, she shows up at the precinct to meet with him, and she just expositions like what's going on. This is what's happening. Here's what you need to do. You are Kabukiman.
And of course he doesn't take her seriously.
Of course
because
not.
Why would he?
Right. So Griswold goes to see Stewart about the shooting because, again, Griswold right now publicly is in the clear. Okay. He's in the clear. So Griswold goes to Stewart about the shooting. And he's like, we get this fun little bit as he's doing his cop thing and then sees a katana sword on the table and just, it's, is that a Hattori Hanzo sword? Like he just kind of goes like way overboard about expending all of this knowledge about katanas. And even later, briefly it's like, how did I know all that? Well, it's because he's got the power of the kabuki in him. So naturally he knows everything about Japanese culture.
The scene kind of reminded me of Leslie Nielsen and Ricardo Montalban meeting together in the first Naked Gun movie.
Yes.
Where it's just bumbling, Frank Drebin,
right?
Knocking things over.
Yeah, and your bad guy is not going to give. He's in complete control. He's not going to give anything. So we did meet La Rosa in an earlier scene. She was there. So Griswold, he wants to spend time with her, and I'm going jogging. If you want to talk to me, you got to go with me.
Yeah.
So I have here in my notes, Griswold goes jogging with Connie Exposition La Rosa, because again, she just goes on and on and on.
I also have it all caps that Connie expositions that she's on to Snipes.
Exactly. So she is tying this together for him, as she's been following the Reverend for a while, and she ties him to Stewart.
He's like a shareholder in Stewart's company or something like that.
Yeah. They're at the park in broad daylight. Again, this is a Troma film. We haven't really felt that yet. We do here. Griswold's in terrible shape, so he can't keep up. So she runs off just because it's broad daylight in the park, and she's a police officer.
I'm on a run.
She gets captured by was it Jughead? Basically, she gets captured by Jughead's group of misfits.
Yeah. And the Nasty Boys.
And basically gets kidnapped by Jughead and the Nasty Boys. And they drag her off to a hill and have their way with her. And you find that balance of like, okay, here's a Troma film that is showing this, but also not showing this. Like they're very little revealed, skin. It's like, it's this weird cat and mouse with Lloyd. I feel like with Lloyd and what can I get away with here?
Yeah.
Griswold tries to stop him and fails because he's a bumbling idiot and he's outnumbered, until he calls for his magic slippers. Yeah. Your wooden clog.
Yeah. I looked this up. They're called Geta, Geta.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah, Geta. Yeah. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I guess that's the name for the like traditional wooden Japanese shoes.
So we get a lot of Fog Machine as Griswold transforms into Kabukiman for the first time. He takes his fan and fans away some thugs. He's got fine sword skills and dispatches his heat-seeking chopsticks and fatal sushi.
Yes.
So
I love it. Boink,
the sound effects for sure. And so La Rosa does die though. Like not yet. I'm ahead of myself. Sorry. Yeah. So Griswold and Lotus, because he's now okay. I'm Kabukiman. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So Lotus and Griswold go out for dinner as she expositions more about the Kabuki powers, etc. And the most important part, she warns him, it's this dragon through the rings of Jupiter happens every 1,000 years.
Yeah.
And
happens to be that year.
And our Kabuki masters, our Kabukiman, has been training for a very long time to be prepared for this night. And now it's you. You only have a few days, you have to get yourself ready. So again, is he going to? Of course he is. Like, it's the name of the movie.
Yeah.
So Stewart sent the Reverend to kill Connie. That's what happened, because Jughead was one of the Reverend Snipes' cronies. That's what happened in the park, and of course Connie didn't die. So Stewart sends Rembrandt to finish her off, and meets her in the hospital, fakes being a doctor, and instead of killing her, he just like rewrites her prescription.
Yeah.
which is kind of fun. So the nurse comes in, sees the prescription, even comments that it's too much.
Yeah.
But gives it to her anyway, because doctor's orders, and ends up, Connie ends up ODing.
Yeah.
But as Griswold's coming off the elevator, Rembrandt's getting on, and they lock eyes, and Griswold recognizes him from the Kabuki theater.
Yeah. Too late though.
It's too late. Yeah. Griswold tells Chief what's happening, and he's ignored because of all the Kabuki stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's it's a very brash, loudmouth black police chief. That's what these movies have. That's what the 80s gave us. So Lloyd's like, well, I got to keep it going. So Griswold goes to confront Reverend Snipes at the church about Connie, and he thinks he's in control of his Kabuki powers.
Yeah. Yeah, he goes in overconfident, Oz.
Yes, and he starts mouthing off, thinking, I can switch to Kabukiman with no problem. Well, he does turn into a clown.
Yeah.
He transforms himself into a clown and then runs away. We get a fun but too long car chase.
Very long, yes.
But they did throw some gags in there, and it does include the infamous Troma car jump.
Troma car flip. The original Troma car flip.
Yeah, the original Troma car jump.
The one they actually had the budget for.
Yeah. And then they reuse it over and over and over again.
Literally,
and later
7
movies.
or 8 other movies.
Yeah. The bad guys get away, though. So, but also so does Griswold as the clown.
Yeah.
Griswold goes back and he gets suspended. Police chief, just you're suspended. Like, you're done, but we've had enough of these shenanigans. Which coincidentally then frees him up from work, so he has time to train.
Yes.
So he goes to see Lotus to start his training. He doesn't want to, because again, it's Harry Griswold. He's pretty lazy and pathetic.
He's like a Jim Belushi-esque.
Yeah, that's a good
with a bit more charm.
Yeah, he does have a little more charm than Belushi. But she beats him up and convinces him that I probably do need to get in shape.
I love the first bout of their training. She has him stand on his head.
Yeah.
And then she ties his, doesn't she tie his feet up or something?
Yes.
So he's just stuck upside down.
Yeah, yeah.
And then she takes a kendo stick and just whacks him right in the groin.
Training. Because she's doing that. Like, she's training herself. And then he's it was pretty comical.
The way to a man's brain is through his nether regions. Wham!
It's just so like Three Stooges-esque.
It is. It's funny.
Cut back to Reginald Stewart expositioning about his plans to eliminate Griswold.
Yep.
We have a pretty dumb scene with Lotus and Griswold in the park, as she's basically like, Lloyd, get the vibe. He doesn't have a clue.
No.
You to be Kabukiman, you must read haiku. So he just reads it, which of course isn't right, because he doesn't get the syllable beats. He just reads it. He tries flirting with her instead, and she's not buying the flirting. So he finally commits and reads the haiku. And then it just then he turns into Kabukiman. Like, all it took was a haiku. All it took was a haiku. We get a montage of Kabukiman fighting crime. We do. But all with seemingly Oriental Japanese tie-ins, as he finds a pimp and one of his workers in a fight and rolls them up in seaweed wrap. And then like murders them. chops them into pieces. So we get these giant like California rolls full of pimp and worker on. It was like, oh, he's okay. He's murdering.
Yeah, but he's a cop because it's NYPD.
That you make a valid point.
Yeah.
So after the montage of crime fighting, we're probably halfway through the movie.
We're well over halfway.
Yeah,
we're getting into Act 3 here.
Yeah, it's kind of drug a little bit, but Lloyd had a budget, and by golly, he's not going to waste it.
He was going to use that budget. This movie was longer than the other films we've done. This one.
Yeah,
this movie clocks it in almost an hour 50.
Yeah. So Kabukiman and Lotus go back to his apartment, and he gets a vibe, so they don't go in while the apartment explodes. Yeah. Rembrandt had planted a bomb and explodes Griswold's apartment. So on the run, Rembrandt's driving he just runs over Kabukiman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flattens him, which is a fun effect. Like, flattens Kabukiman, but he sits up and he stands up and he waddles away and he bounces back. And so he goes on the attack. Kabukiman does.
He does. He's going to take it to them, Oz.
Yes. He first confronts Jughead, who had just been called a weenie by his colleagues.
So stupid.
This is so stupid.
So stupid.
And Kabukiman pulls a gigantic camera from off frame, like Troma. It's a Troma brand camera.
Yep.
Takes a picture of Jughead, who just transforms into sneakers with hot dogs sticking out of them, and then he says off camera, because it's just hot dogs. I guess I am a weenie.
It's so dumb.
It's so stupid.
It's one of those, like, you can't help but laugh.
Right, because somebody wrote that down and then did it. Like,
yeah.
Rembrandt also corners Kabukiman and Lotus up on the roof. They chase him, gets him on the roof, and he opens fire. But luckily, Kabukiman has his bulletproof fan that he can wave off and block him. Takes out an umbrella. This is one of those where you've got like 8 henchmen up on the roof and nobody comes to attack, so I don't remember how. Oh, it's Molotov cocktail. Like, he takes out the umbrella, and Rembrandt yells, "Ooh, it's cocktail hour. Hope you like Molotov." Throws a Molotov cocktail, which catches the, like, and this is one of those like drink umbrellas, like only in large form, parasol kind of things.
Big parasol.
Catches it on fire, which he then throws it as it's flaming at a henchman, which
was pretty cool.
Hits the henchman. Henchman catches on fire. So we got man on fire.
We got a man on fire.
We got a fire
movie without a man on fire.
We got a firewalk. And so they're cornered though. Like, again, Rembrandt takes out like a missile launcher. Like, it's just
like an RPG.
Yeah, it's like asinine. It's just ridiculous. But they're backed up to the edge of this building and they don't know what to do. And Lotus tells them, like, Kabukiman has the power to fly.
Yeah, you could fly.
Let's just
out of here.
Let's just fall off the building. So we get Kabukiman and Lotus fly away via very terrible camera work to convince us that they're flying.
Pretty bad. It's supposed to kind of look like the old Richard Donner Superman.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially, it's set in New York and everything too. But
camera was way too close to them to be convincing. I almost put Puma Man in my movie Marriage as Donald Pleasant's MST3K movie. Puma Man. Man is another like ridiculous superhero. So Kabukiman and Lotus fly away. Kabukiman drops Lotus off at her somewhere. Like, he flies her somewhere to go confront the Reverend. And he grabs the Reverend and they fly away. He's getting a little bit better at flight. We get a bunch of stupid jokes about, I always take the train. I don't like to fly. And she even makes some comment about, later on, be careful. You don't have your like Kabukiman pilot's license yet. It's just something stupid. So Kabukiman's got Reverend Snipes and is flying him around the city and tells him, he's got a tape recorder in the other hand. He's like, you better confess everything or I'm going to go drop you on the top of the Empire State Building.
Yeah.
To get, basically it'll be like your new proctologist.
Yes, Heine first.
Yeah. And so he gets a confession out of him.
Yeah, gets it.
Yeah, gets a confession out of him. And Harry's very excited for this confession. Mm-hmm. So excited that he and Lotus have dinner together and then seal the deal.
Yes.
And because again, it's a Troma film.
Yeah.
So if there's no sex, what is there? So then they're intimate together as Lotus and Griswold, but then he transforms into Kabukiman under the covers, and then flies away. I almost got the vibe if it weren't for Lotus's reaction to that, I got the vibe that they weren't done yet. he just left. But when she fell backwards onto the pillow with a smile on her face, I'm like, okay, apparently his job there is finished. Yeah. So he goes to turn in the tape to the police. Cut to Reginald Stewart on like the waterfront. He's got this menagerie of animals, all of the animals included in the prophecy. Yep. Right. He's got the leopard. He's got a tiger.
And a monkey.
Well, he's got a lemur because they couldn't.
A lemur, yeah,
they couldn't get a monkey, and they've got everything in place here.
Something tells me that they wrote that into the script because all the production team could get was a lemur.
I'm sure they did. Yeah. So he's trying to get this prophecy ready because that's what's going to happen. Kabukiman comes back to the apartment, shatters through the window, and he assumes Lotus is still there. He's excited, and he's, honey, I'm home, or whatever. whips the sheet off, and it's Rembrandt.
Yeah.
And he tells Kabukiman that, your girlfriend, basically, she's going to be tiger meat because the tiger feasts on the nubile. That's going to be Lotus. Kabukiman, Griswold doesn't think he has any powers without Lotus around. Like that's his motivation.
Forget about the power of the haiku.
Yes. And so Rembrandt takes him to task, really.
Yeah, does.
Because Kabukiman feels like I can't fight without Lotus around. And Rembrandt even says, like, you're nothing without her. So Rembrandt throws Kabukiman headfirst into a gong because of course. And so we get some more fog machine, and Kabukiman reverts back to Griswold.
Yeah.
And of course, Rembrandt's excited for this because it's like, if I could take you as Kabukiman, Griswold's not a problem.
Yeah.
He pulls a gun on Rembrandt, and Rembrandt's like, what are you going to do? Shoot me? He's like, no, I'm going to arrest you. And he starts reading him his rights as Rembrandt takes a step towards him, shoots him right between the eyes.
Yeah.
So Rembrandt's out of the picture.
He's dead.
It's the first time he's failed in the movie too.
Yeah.
Toyota, the monkey in the movie, the grumbling talking monkey in the movie.
Yeah.
He shows up and he leads Griswold to the waterfront because he knows where Lotus is, and of course that's where Stewart and all the animals are. So they've got Stewart's got Lotus like tied up to the tiger cage, and he starts giving a typical bad guy monologue about X, Y, and Z.
You got me monologuing.
Yeah, exactly. So Griswold takes out a guy with the help of Toyota, and he tells Toyota, take this gun. You know how to use it, right? And go over there by that car. We'll get to the car in a minute. Yeah. Griswold comes out of the shadows with a machine gun that he obviously has no idea how to handle it because he's bumbling all over the place. Stewart goes in hiding, but he gets everybody. He's shooting everybody.
Yeah.
Stewart finds Toyota and trades him the gun for some food. So Griswold, as Griswold, saves Lotus. We feel like everything's fine. Well, then Stewart, he's got the drop on Griswold with the gun that he just took from Toyota. Luckily, the entire police force shows up right now. Like, they were just just out of frame. Nobody hear him show up.
He just had to say the word abracadabra.
Exactly. Samson Simpson.
Abracadabra.
And so, but luckily though, Griswold, like I said, dropped that tape off earlier, and so the police show up and they're like, you did good work.
Yeah.
Well, Stewart still has the plan to become the evil one. And even though they can't get, they kind of break free, and he tells one of his henchmen to stick the tiger on the henchwoman.
Yeah.
She's nubile. Get her. And they do. The tiger.
Apparently the definition of nubile just equals female.
Female. That's all it is. So the tiger attacks the woman, which then puts into beginning of this prophecy. Yes. Stewart knows it because he literally just like breaks the cuffs that he's in, and he begins transforming into the evil one, and we get a Troma-esque gooey slimy
we do
transformation scene. Griswold falls and hits his head, so he's kind of knocked out as Lotus is expositioning, hurry up Harry, he's in the pupa stage. He's in the larva stage. She can't get him to come to, so she finally kisses him. And then he kisses her back and turns into Kabukiman. And we get a really pathetic, pointless fight. It's more just hugging.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah. Like
after everything else in this movie,
it was bad. The one stage they needed left, we get this goofy like, the stars are aligning. Oh, you can't see them. Let me help you. Cut to like flashing arrows on screen. It's just like at the planetarium. It's so silly. So we get the dragon. Everything's in place except the monkey riding the jaguar. Yeah. And the reason they got the lemur is because the lemur is the only monkey that could ride side saddle on the jaguar. Well, Toyota, the monkey that's on Harry's side, happens to be sitting behind the wheel of the car that they left him out, which happens to be a jaguar. It's pretty dumb.
Yeah, pretty flimsy.
Yeah. So Lotus runs over to keep Toyota from driving the jaguar car, which apparently would have.
Yep.
Like there's a loophole in the prophecy, I guess. But it's the one final step, and it keeps Stewart from fully becoming the evil one. So he just explodes. He just explodes.
Yeah.
Cut to daytime out of somewhere. Griswold survived the explosion. Everybody thought he died because he was Kabukiman, but he comes out of the explosion seemingly hours later, and he has survived, and he's reinstated. He's reinstated onto the police force, but then immediately put off on vacation. Like you're off suspension, but you're on vacation. So really nothing changes in his life. And he walks off with Lotus. We get a silly final scene of a bunch of people standing around like, what is that up there? It's a man in a bathrobe. Well, it's Kabukiman and Lotus flying around the city again. Watch out for that pigeon. Like it's... And cut to credits, and that's Sgt Kabukiman N.Y.P.D.
Oh, different flavor of Troma.
Very different. Movie. Yeah, very. Yeah. You could definitely tell there were extra hands in the mixing bowl.
Yeah.
On this recipe.
Was still fun enough.
Oh yeah.
But it felt a little different.
Yeah.
Well, folks, every week Oz and I give our own unique rating to the film we've been yapping about. In this case, 1990's Sgt Kabukiman N.Y.P.D. Oz, how would you rate this flick?
I'm giving it 5 talking monkeys.
There you go. 5 talking monkeys.
That's what it's getting from me. What are you giving it?
I'm going to give it 70 tigers feasting on the nubile.
Okay.
You can chat GPT that one.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna find a picture of somebody. I type in tigers feasting on nubile. Top link: Sgt Kabukiman N.Y.P.D. quotes.
Nice. Oh, even the internet knows.
Yep. I gotta find something.
Oh, that's great. Every week, Oz and I scour the interwebs searching for unprofessional reviews that tickle our funny bones, and we hope they tickle yours as well in this week's edition of Outside Insight. Oz, what is your outside insight?
I have a 3-star review from Justin LaLiberty on Letterboxd. Left, actually, I didn't see the date until right now. Left August 8th of this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Less than a month ago at the time of this recording.
Kind of amazing that Troma not only attempted to make a PG-13 cut of a movie that opens with the murder of children, but they succeeded. One of the better examples of their combination of lowest brow humor and brass tacks effects stunt work, even if it's a solidly 20 minutes too long.
Yeah.
3 stars. Like, yeah, and I agree. Like,
yeah,
I will never, and I correct me if you don't agree.
Yeah, sure.
I will never say Lloyd Kaufman does not know how to direct a movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. And I have a lot of respect for that, because instead of chasing the money and chasing the fame or what, he's like, no, this is the kind of movie I want to make. And that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah,
he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing. And this shows, like, he's got a $4 million budget behind him. The film, it looks great. You could tell it's better camera. You could tell it's better film. You've got better cast, but at the same time, there's Joe Fleischaker. It's like, overall, it's a goofy movie, but it's a well-made film.
Yeah. He knows how to tell a story.
He sure does. Yeah.
And he knows how to establish characters and how to make them endearing to an audience.
Right. Yeah. So he just decides, I'm not gonna play in your sandbox. I'm gonna do what I do. So I appreciate that. So yeah. What do you got? What's your outside insight?
My outside insight, as always, comes from the Internet Movie Database. And this one goes all the way back to 2001, August of 2001. It is a 7 out of 10. It's left by Ambassador for Hugs, with the subject line, one of Troma's best, if not the best. It's been a while since I've seen this film, but I still remember that it got a good laugh. Really silly with poor acting, but that's what Troma's all about. A 7 out of 10 for this film. Tempted to give it an 8. Maybe I'll change my rating later on if I see the film again.
Felt cute.
I love when they they talk through like
internal monologue, typing their internal thoughts. I do. I enjoy that.
As opposed to just giving the rating, I have to justify why I gave the rating. I change it.
I might give it an 8. Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how I feel after I watch it again.
If I watch it again.
Yeah.
It's good to know it's only going to increase in rating if you watch it. Yeah, it's
only going up. It can only go up. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, folks, it's that point in the show you've all been waiting for. The Let's Talk About Flicks Signatures segment. The 3, 2, 1, in which Oz and I each share 3 goods, 2 bads, and 1 about this week's movie, Sgt Kabukiman N.Y.P.D. Oz, what are your 3 goods?
My first good, I'm unsure if it's just Lloyd doing it or if it's Lloyd poking fun at having done before. But how movie police stations have perps everywhere.
Yeah, I agree.
And so they always have, and especially in the 80s and early 90s, those your buddy cop films. There's
always a guy being pushed from left to right with his hands behind his back.
There's always
I got rights. I got a lawyer.
There's always a couple of crafty street workers. That are there again, but
and flirting with people right there.
Yes, but in this one, it's like there was a scene early on where Harry is kind of trying to flirt with Della Rosa at work. And I feel like there's like 35 perps like crammed into that camera view. So it's like, is that just Lloyd doing it, or is that Lloyd like poking fun at like there's always perps around? So that's my first good is movie police stations full of perps.
Always full of perps.
Always full. My second one was the shoe shine gag when Griswold enters Stewart's office for the first time. And we see Stewart sitting behind his desk, very casually talking to his henchman or whatever. And there is a blonde also behind the desk that is seemingly also at her job.
Quickly entering and exiting the scene. At least the back of her head is.
Exactly. Is she doing push-ups? What's she doing? And so Griswold's eyes, like he gets big because it looks exactly it looks like exactly what he thinks it is. But then it was kind of a fun gag because honestly, being a Troma film, I assume that's what she was doing too.
Yeah.
And then she pops up. Nope, she's just shining his shoes.
She's shining his shoes.
That's what she's doing. And I'm like, that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Good for you,
Also,
Lloyd.
kind of a Naked Gun-esque kind of bit too.
Yeah, leaning into, we'll set the stage for what you expect and then tell you it's not.
Yeah.
And then the third one, we've mentioned it before. Movie looks great. Like it looks well done. And I like seeing it's like, okay, Lloyd's been given a budget, and you know what? He could rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
So those are my three goods. What do you got?
My first good is Susan Byun acts the butt off of this movie.
Yes, she does.
She really pours herself in. And we talked about this a little bit at the beginning. You know, like her character is the straight man character. Everybody else is goofy or the bad guy or whatever. And she really gives it her all. Like,
yeah, she did a great job.
You'd think that she's like, you know, in like a Lethal Weapon movie or something like that. Or kudos to Susan Byun and her commitment to that character. My second good is Jughead. He's so fun. Just I put him in here, the big blonde super thug Jughead.
Oh yeah, he was huge and his teeth were nasty, and it was.
But he sold the bit, and it makes no surprises whatsoever that the guy was a legit professional wrestler.
Yeah,
because he brought to sell like that.
Yeah, so he brought that level of sell.
Yeah, and it worked great. So my second good, Jughead. My third good is just terrified Joe Flyshaker eating donuts at the end. Not even Flyshaker throughout the movie. It's just right at the end. He's terrified, and like because the evil one, you know, he's transforming, and he's just shoving donuts into his mouth while he's shaking and eyes bug out.
Because the first time they show him, he's got that, like you said, that scared look. Cut back to him, and now he's shoving, like you said, donuts in his face.
So yes, that's my third good, is terrified Joe Flyshaker shoving donuts into his face. Oz, what are your two bads?
There's too much dialogue in this movie.
Yeah.
Like everybody, the only saving grace is that Griswold is an idiot.
Yeah.
And so it almost feels like everybody does have to explain to him what's happening, but there's a lot of exposition in this film.
Yeah.
And it's not a complicated movie. There's no surprises. I know exactly what's happening when it's on screen. I don't need all the dialogue. So there's a lot of dialogue.
Yeah.
The second one is movie had kid gloves on, and we talked about why, like with the external production costs and the backing sponsors, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This is a Lloyd Kaufman directed film, but this doesn't feel like a true Lloyd film. And so the kids gloves, and honestly, it's fine. It doesn't detract from the movie. It does make it easier to share with others.
Yeah.
But that being said, this definitely is the tamest of the 5 weeks that we've covered this month.
Yeah. Two of my bad possibilities are very similar to your bads. As opposed to a lot of dialogue, I just had a lot of plot for a Troma film.
Yeah.
And you had played a little too safe, and I had almost too much money went into it, which could parallel exactly where you went with it. So yeah, right there with you.
Fair enough. What are your real two bads?
My real two bads. I know this whole month, just because it's Troma, we've shied away from things that we normally include as bad. You know, things that are inappropriate or dated or offensive. But again, it's Troma month, and Troma intends to be offensive. But I'm gonna kind of sneak one in here, just kind of almost playing off of the fact that it's Troma, but they're almost too safe for Troma.
Yeah.
But yet it's still a dopey white guy who is sort of, saving and appropriating a non-European culture to save that non-European culture. And
that's fair. Yeah.
And it's, I guess it's not so much, because, we've went past words and moments and things and all the other Troma movies, but just the cultural stuff is a little different flavor for.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. Because I feel like when it comes to the language and some of the, just events of other films, like those are shock for shock. Like, there's a point. This, I think, was maybe not intended, but just kind of baked in. But you're right.
Yeah, it's the theme that just kind of goes, throughout the film.
White Americans saves the day.
Yeah, it's what, like, Tom Cruise saving ancient Japan.
Yes, yeah, kind of or thing. Even yeah. And Keanu Reeves did the same thing in a movie.
Yeah, basically
47 Ronins or something like that. Yeah.
Kevin Costner saving Native Americans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's look at thankfully the white Americans there, because
good thing white guy's there.
Yeah, we needed him. Yeah, even if he is an idiot. He's still better than us. Like,
well, and I think that's what makes this movie, again, it's not that it excuses it, but he's a bumbling fool who kind of stumbles his way into this,
right?
Which makes this characterization of it, again, not less inappropriate, but a little more, I don't know, palatable is the right way to,
I get it. Well, it's like the prophecy at the beginning was we need to find the chosen one, and Griswold clearly was not the chosen one. He just happened to be the guy there when I died. Yeah.
So that's my first bad. My second bad was just a very, very brief moment. They end up at a dry cleaner's at one point, and
no tiki no she.
There's a sign at the dry cleaners that I don't think I've seen this movie a couple of times before, and I never noticed it until this time. There's a sign at the dry cleaners on the wall behind the characters that says "Drop your pants here." Why wasn't that played up more? That's a pretty fun bit for a dry cleaner.
Yeah, like you've set the stage and then don't do anything with it. That's fair. I missed the sign, but absolutely, like there, you made the effort to put the sign there.
Yeah, drop your pants here. That's a pretty good bit for a dry cleaners.
I like that. Yeah. That's right up there with
that up more.
That's all right up there with that old Kmart ad. I shipped my pants.
Yes. You shipped your pants.
I did. That was a fun commercial. I like that.
That was a fun commercial. Yeah. Oz, what's your
my and I'm going to stick with it, even though we've kind of dialogued not inappropriately, unintentionally about it. But this one is like, why does the quality of this film make it feel less Troma?
Sure.
And that's my is it's like it still checks a lot of the Troma boxes.
Yeah.
But
we have several sets of boobs. We have people dying. We have a man on fire.
We've got slimy, we've got kids getting murdered. We've got slimy, sticky special effects. But for some reason, it just doesn't feel as like comfort zone with a nice camera. Like it's just weird. It's like it's behind the scenes had more money. And it's like, this film has, there's bokeh. There's a blurred background in this scene. That's not Troma-esque. This needs to be shot on a camcorder. And so that's my And we've talked about it. So there's really nothing to answer there. But like you said, in your potential bad is there's almost too much money behind it.
Yeah.
So what is your
My is the sequence when he turns into a cloud and he's on a bike, or he commandeers like a big wheel, and then he it was a tricycle, and then he turns it into a unicycle.
Yeah, rips the back end of it off.
Yes, and he ends up in a park in the middle of a kid's birthday party, and half a dozen bad guys show up with automatic machine guns and are shooting at Griswold, in clown regalia, and he's standing right in the middle of all these kids, and nobody gets hurt.
No.
Again, it probably kind of ties into your as well, as far as like, if this really was a full throttle Troma movie, there would have been dead kids in that.
Yes,
scene.
There would have been, and we would have seen them.
Not that I'm celebrating that.
No. No, I don't. That's not your point. I get that. Like,
give me more dead children.
Right? Where are they?
The bloodier, the better.
I call fake.
But again, they're half a dozen guys just opening fire in this kid's birthday party, and the kids are cheering because they think it's like part of like the birthday gags. Like,
because it's the whole like, where's that clown at? It's like it's just that old, we ordered the clown and he's not here. And then here he shows up.
Yeah. So
yeah, I'm with you.
Why no more dead kids?
Right. You had an opportunity and you didn't take it.
I've never been more disappointed in you, Lloyd
Right.
Kaufman.
Lloyd's getting soft.
Yeah. So that is 1990 Sgt Kabukiman N.Y.P.D. in Oz. What a month it has been.
It was a fun month.
It was a 5-weeker, because let's talk about Flixland. We measure time by Wednesdays, and there was 5 Wednesdays in this month, October 2025, 5 Troma movies. Woof. What a fun month it's been, my friend.
It has been. We got to go back to like quality entertainment.
I will let you introduce the theme, because you came up with the theme, and I know that there was a movie you really wanted to do.
Yes.
That you basically manufactured.
Yes, which we do in Let's Talk About Flixiverse. Yes.
Yeah.
We have done a month of non-Marvel DC comic book movies. To be fair, we really haven't done a Marvel movie month or anything, and that's okay. Like,
no, we've done a couple Marvel movies.
Yeah, they've dropped in, but yeah. But there was a movie that's coming up this month that I like. How do we get that into the theme? But also have it fit somewhere where we could put other films. And so in November 2025, our upcoming theme is comic strip movies.
Yes. Not comic book.
Comic strip. We're talking old here.
Yes.
Yeah. Comic strip movies straight out of your newspapers, folks. And because I had Sgt Kabukiman this week, you get the first week of comic strip movie month. What do we got for next month or next week?
Yes. To kick off November 2025 and comic strip movies is a movie that I had not seen before. I watched this movie the other day for the first time. Yes. Just make sure that there's a good chance you'll be overstimulated by this movie as we kick off comic strip movies with The Adventures of Tintin.
There we go.
Yes, co-written by Edgar Wright and Joe Cornish. And co-starring in supporting roles Nick Frost and Simon Pegg. Directed by Steven Spielberg.
Yes, there are some names behind this film.
Yes. So and of course, you got Kathleen Kennedy as a producer there. Peter Jackson was a producer alongside Spielberg. Like everybody and anybody from that era of movies was involved. I believe 2011, I think, is the
that is correct. 2011. Yeah.
And so lot of power and influence and creativity behind this one.
And it's $135 million budget. $374 million at the box office. So it was a hit.
And based on, again, you haven't watched this movie yet. Just based on, again, I'm going to give you some math here.
Okay.
Based on how frantic this movie is, I'm pretty sure every person involved had 100% of the say in this movie.
Okay.
They all had 100%.
Okay.
I dare you to check my math after you watch this.
It's a group project, is what you're saying.
Yes. And they all had equal. They all led the group as well.
Yeah. Okay. I'm excited. This is a movie that I remember getting, solid reviews. Yeah. It was kind of a passion project to Spielberg's.
Yeah. It's got a 7.3 on IMDb, so a very, very solid rating.
Yeah. But yeah, it's bringing out, music by John Williams. So I'm excited to see this.
I believe Williams got nominated for an Oscar, if memory serves.
That sounds probably right.
Yeah.
This first time watch for me, like you said.
Yeah, and it was a first time for me as well, and it's just maybe take some Dramamine before you watch this one.
Okay, that's fair. And I think I'm going to be happy that you're doing the plot. Sit back and enjoy.
Yeah. There's a lot going on, literally and figuratively, in this movie.
Adventures of Tintin will kick off comic strip month, strip movie month. It is just 4 weeks. Actually, and then December is another 5-weeker. Boy, I'm looking at that. That's all over the place.
Yeah. Our December movie list.
It will be three first time watches for me.
Mm-hmm. I think 2 for me.
I've probably seen the first one, but it's been so long it's gonna feel brand new. So
yeah.
So social media wise, you guys know where to find us: Facebook, Instagram. I got to get back to YouTube Shorts. I didn't do any YouTube Shorts the last 2 weeks. I've just been busy, and even though they are kind of pre-made, I still have to watch them.
Sure.
To determine whether they're worth. I mean, I could just download and push them all out. Honestly, we're going to get the views. It wouldn't be a big deal. But I try to not post YouTube Shorts if they reveal like our rating or they reference like the outside inside, like the bit stuff. I try to keep those out. But I don't know. Maybe I will move forward. I'll just, because it usually generates like 12, 13 of them. Okay. Might just be easier if I just download. But we'll see. We'll see what happens to the old algorithms if I quit cherry picking.
Algorithms.
So, but it was a great fun month of Troma films. I'm glad that we did it, and we will be back next week to kick off Comic Strip Movie Month with Adventures of Tintin. For another episode of Let's Talk About Flicks, I'm Oz.
I'm Curtis.
And we'll see you guys next week.